everyone, welcome to Tan Dongtai during Guangzhou Cotton Fair. We are a manufacturer for test benches for diesel injection system. We can provide more than 50 kinds of different common rail, EUI, HEUI, and other multifunctional test benches. And we also can provide all the spare parts and the training for the test benches. Today, we will show you our model CR825 test bench. This is our most advanced and comprehensive test bench. Firstly, I will show you the machine details of our CR825 test bench, and then I will show you the system details. And thirdly, our engineer will show you how to operate the test bench. Our CR825 test bench can test common rail injectors, HE arm through stroke for common rail injectors, coding for common rail injectors, EUI testing, HEUI injector testing, common rail pump testing, common rail pump parts testing, including HP0 pump testing and HP5 pump testing, HEUI pump testing, VP37 pump testing, VP44 pump testing, RED4 pump testing, Denso VE pump testing, Caterpillar 320D pump testing, mechanical pump testing, and as optional function, you can choose to add PT pump testing, PT injector pump testing, and SCR urea pump testing in our test bench. The dip buttons for our test bench. For fuel pump open button, fuel pump off button, fuel heating switch, oil heating switch, oil pump open button, oil pump off button, fuel pump open and fuel pump off button, the adjustment button and emergency stop, the keyboard and mouse, the power switch, cooling fans, 3 pieces Bosch original filters, 3 pieces tank, diesel tank, oil tank for HEUI testing, diesel tank for mechanical pump testing. Meter gauge for fuel pressure, oil pressure, and pump internal and self-framing pressure. For pump connection, Bosch CP3 pump original. Made in Germany, high pressure oil pipe. With this pipe, our test bench can bear the pressure up to 2,700 bar. For mechanical pump testing accessories, the oil cup and glass tube, 8 pieces. high-quality common rail. 2 pieces real pressure sensor. 2 pieces original Bosch DRV. Filters. Common rail injector support. Pressure regulator. All cables for testing different injectors and pumps. For different cable connection, for different functions. For VP37, VP44, CAR320D, BIP, IED4, Denso HP0 pump, and for real cam signal for cam box, ZME connection. For the oil supply and oil return connection for testing different injectors and pumps. 3 pieces pressure regulator. The control unit for VP44 pump testing. Control unit for VP37 pump testing. Control unit for BIP response time. For IED pump control unit. For Denso V3, V4, V5 pump testing control unit. For Caterpillar 320D testing pump unit. The power supply. Central control unit for our CR825 test bench system. 3 pieces filters. On our test bench, equipped with 3 pieces flow sensor for injectors and pumps. Imported high-quality flow sensor for injector flow. For the HEUI pump. For diesel pump. Five pieces Bosch original filters. On our test bench equipped with 5 pieces Bosch original filters for injectors and pumps cleaning. 3 pieces tank. 1 pieces oil tank and 2 pieces diesel tank. Forced cooling system. Manual motor with power 18.5 kilowatts. LG inverter. The cable and wire connection for the test bench. The printer. Secondly, we will show you our system details with test plans for every function. Firstly, for common rail injector testing. In our system have more than 3,000 test plans for common rail injector testing. Can test Bosch, Caterpillar, Cummins, Durfee, Denso, Siemens, Piezo, and other common rail injectors. For the common rail injector testing, for common rail injectors testing, you can check all the technical parameters in your system. You can check the RPM, pressure, temperature, time, resistance, inductance, BIP response time, ZME and DRV current in the system. And in our system, we installed all the test plans. You can check the standard parameters and the testing parameters in the system. And after testing, you can check the testing report and print the testing report through our printer. For HE amateur stroke testing, on our test bench installed HE amateur stroke testing function. And we also have other models for HE amateur stroke testing. Have model CRM1000R, CRM1000B, CRM980, CRM2000, CRM2000R, and CRM3000, and CRM900. This model for HE amateur stroke testing. QR coding function for common rail injectors. On our test bench, you can make Bosch MA coding, and Durfee injector coding, and Denso injector coding, and Siemens and Cummins injector coding. For UI/UP testing, our test bench can test Bosch, Cummins, Durfee, Honda, Volvo, and other UI/UP testing. This is the testing system for the UI/UP. For UI/UP testing, we have two kinds CAN box with adapters for your choosing. This is our old model CAN box with 8. This is our old model CAN box with 28 adapters and 4 pieces camshaft. This is our new model CAN box with its accessories. With our new CAN box, you can adjust the angle to check your UI/UP. It's not necessary to change the camshaft like the old model. It is more convenient for your using. We also have other models, different testers with our new CAMBox and old CAMBox for your EUI-UP testing. The simple model EUS 900L and EUS 800L for EUI-UP testing, and EUS 5000 with flow sensor or without flow sensor for EUI-UP testing, and EUS 1600 with all testing plans for EUI-UP testing, and you can also choose HPI support and accessories for HPI injector testing. All these four models also can adapt to the old CAMBox. Our CAMBox with all 28 adapters and 4 pieces camshaft for different EUI-UP testing.说下来。HEUI injector testing. The testing system for HEUI injectors. For HEUI injectors, you also can check the standard parameters and all the inductance, resistance, temperature, and speed in our system. For HEUI injector testing, in our system can test 3412E injector, Isuzu HEUI injector, Caterpillar C7, C9, C9, 3126B injector. In our accessories, have 2 pieces HEUI injector support. For common rail pump testing, our test bench can test Bosch, Cummins, Durfee, Denso, Siemens, and other common rail pump. For common rail pump testing, you can check all the data in the system. Common rail pump testing. For common rail pump, later we will show you the common rail Denso HP0, HP2, HP3, and HP4 pump testing, and Bosch CP3, CP4 pump testing. For the common rail pump parts testing, in your system can check the ZME and DRV for the common rail pump parts testing. For common rail pump parts testing, also including the HP0 and HP5 pump testing. For HEUI pump testing, all the accessories for HEUI pump testing. For VP37 pump testing, for VP37 pump testing, you can check the speed and temperature and current in the system, and you can check the pump delivery by adjusting the speed and PWM in the system. For the VP37 accessories and cables for VP37 pump testing. VP44 pump testing. Our test bench can test VP44 pump. You can adjust the speed and angle in the system. The accessories for VP44 pump testing. IED4 pump testing. You can check the speed and PWM duty cycle in our test bench for IED4 pump testing. For Denso VE pump testing. Our test bench can test Denso V3, V4, V5, and other Denso VE pump. For Caterpillar 320D pump testing. The testing system. The accessories for CAT 320D pump testing. For mechanic Euro 2 pump testing. On our test bench, you can check 8-cylinder mechanical pump. You also can choose 12-cylinder. We can produce 12-cylinder for mechanical pump as your request. For PT pump, PT injector, SCR test system, also can add on our test bench on your request. Now we will show you testing common rail injector on our CR825 test bench. We will show you how to test in the Cummins, Bosch Piezo, Bosch Durfee, and Denso injector on our CR825 test bench. In the system, choose common rail injector testing. For common rail injector testing, you can check the RPM, pressure, temperature, time, inductance, resistance, BIP, ZME, and DRV current in the system. These are the standard parameters in the system. They will show you the testing date. For common rail injectors, the test bench also can test the common rail injector parts. For the solenoid valve testing, the frequency testing, and pulse-wise testing. Opening pressure testing and opening pulse-wise testing. the resistance and inductance testing, the AHE armature stroke testing, Now, our engineer will show you how to operate and test common rail injector on our CR825 test bench. Install the common rail injector on our CR825 test bench. The cable connection. Cable connection for the injectors. Choose the right injector number in the system. Then choose Start.打印机连吗？ testing finished, you can check the testing results in the system and also view from the testing report. This is the testing results of the Bosch injector. You can print the testing results through the printer. The testing report of the common rail injector testing. For Bosch injectors, we'll inform the QR code. Now we will show you Denso common rail injector on our CR825 test bench. Choose the right injector number in our system. For Denso common rail injectors, you also can check the speed, pressure, temperature, time, resistance, inductance, BIP response time, ZME, and DRV current in your system. This is the test plans for this injector, the standard parameters, and the testing parameters. And for every common rail injector, you can check the solenoid valve frequency and pulse width for injector, and opening pressure, opening pulse pressure, resistance, inductance, and AHE armature stroke in our system. Install the Denso injector on our test bench. Now, our engineer will show you how to operate on our test bench. Choose Start. The cable connections for the injectors. High pressure oil pipe. In the testing process, you can check the speed, pump pressure, real pressure, and real pressure adjust and flow detection in the system, and also the attentions. The testing finished. You can check the testing results through our screen. And after testing, our test bench will give you the testing report. And you also can print the testing report through the system. The testing report for Denso common rail injector. The injector number, brand Denso, standard parameters with coding. Now our engineer will show you common rail injector testing with coding function. Choose coding in the system. Denso injector testing. For injector coding, in our system have settled the standard curves. To start, when do coding for common rail injectors, we'll firstly finish the testing process, and then our system will form a new code for the denso injectors. The standard curves for the injectors and the testing curves. The new code will be the best stations for injector working.
来试一下。
我给你取。 The new code for Denso injectors. The testing report and new QR code for Denso injectors. You can print the testing report. New code for Denso common rail injectors was fit for your car ECU. Now we will show you our Durfee common rail injector testing on our CR825 test bench. Firstly, we will show you common rail injector Durfee injector testing, and then we will show you coding on our test bench. We have all the test plans in our system for Durfee injector testing. For Durfee common rail injector, we also can check the speed, pressure, temperature, time, count, resistance, inductance, BIP response time, ZME and DRV current in our system. The standard parameters for injectors. For Durfee injector parts, for solenoid valve frequency and pulse width testing, opening pressure and opening pulse width testing, for resistance and inductance testing, and AHE armature stroke testing. Now our engineer will show you the testing process. Firstly, install the Durfee common rail injector on our CR825 test bench. The cable connection. For fuel supply, fuel return, the cables for Durfee injectors. Injector cable connection. Choose the right injector number in the system. Then start. the testing finished, our system will show you the testing results for the common rail injector testing, and also will form the testing report. You can check and print the testing report through the printer. The testing report for Durfee common rail injector, the injector number, brand Durfee, and standard parameters. New coding. Now we will show you the Durfee common rail injector coding on our CR825 test bench. Choose coding in the system. Durfee injector coding. In the system, we settled the standard curves for Durfee injectors. And after testing, we'll form the new code. Now our engineer will show you how to operate on our test bench. Choose Start. In our system, there are the standard curves for the Durfee common rail injectors. And during the testing, we'll form the testing curves for the injector. And finally, we'll inform a new code for the best working situation for the Durfee injector.又要过半个小时了。The standard curves and the testing curves. After testing, our test bench will form a new code for your injector working with best situations. The new code. You can also check and print the new code through our printer. This is the test report for Durfee injector coding. Brand name, Durfee inject number, new code for your ECU on your car. Now we will show you Cummins common rail injector testing and coding on our CR825 test bench. Firstly, we will show you Cummins common rail injector testing on our test bench. The testing plans for Cummins injector. For Cummins common rail injector, you can check the speed, pressure, temperature, count, time, resistance, inductance, BIP response time, ZME and DRV current in our system. The standard parameters for common rail injector. And for every injector, you can check and test the solenoid valve for common rail injector and opening pressure and opening pulse width, resistance and inductance, HE armature stroke for common rail injector path testing. Now, our engineer will show you how to operate to testing Cummins common rail injector on our test bench CR825. Install the Cummins common rail injector on our test bench. Cable connection. For fuel supply. For the fuel return. The Cummins common rail injector cable connection. Choose the right injector number in our system. Then choose Start. The injector number, the attentions, injector number, Testing steps. Testing situations. Speed, pump pressure, real pressure testing, real pressure adjustment, and flow detection. The RPM, the pressure, temperature, resistance and inductance, and the DRV current. The standard parameters for injectors, the testing parameters, the drive curves, and the flow detection. After testing, you can check the testing results in our system. And our system will also give you report for the testing. You can print the testing results through the printer. The testing report for Cummins common rail injector. Model number, brand number, testing results. After common rail Cummins injector testing, now we will show you the coding for Cummins common rail injector. Choose the Cummins coding in the system. For Cummins common rail injector coding in the system, have the standard curves for the common rail injector, and after testing, we will form a new code. Now we will show you how to operate on our CR825 test bench. Choose Start. This is the new code for Cummins common rail injector. After testing, our system will give you the testing report for the new coding. You can print the testing report through the printer. The testing report for the Cummins common rail injector coding. The brand name, the injector number, the new code for your injector working with best situations. Our test bench CR825 can test common rail pump like Bosch, Denso, Durfee, and other common rail pumps. Now we will show you how to test Bosch CP3 common rail pump. For common rail pumps, have test plans on our test bench. You can check the RPM, pressure, temperature, time, current, and ZME DRA in our testing system. And you can also check the standard parameters and testing parameters during the testing process. The Bosch CP3 pump cable connection. The oil return. For oil supply connection. Choose the right pump number in the system. Then start. The common rail pump number, the testing steps, testing status, the speed, ZME current, pump pressure, real pressure adjustment, and flow detection. You can check the standard parameters and testing parameters. For common rail pump, clear up, warm up, start test, zero delivery, full test, and efficiency. When the testing finished, you can check the testing results through our system. In our system, we form a testing report. You can check the testing results through the report, and you can also print the report through the printer. The testing report for Bosch CP3 common rail pump. The CP3 pump number, brand name, testing parameters. Now we will show you the Denso HP0 pump testing on our test bench CR825. For Denso HP pump testing in our system, have all the testing plans for Denso HP0 pump testing, and you can also add new date for your Denso HP0 pump. For the common rail pump HP0 Denso pump testing, you can check the RPM, pressure, temperature, ZME and DIV current in your system. You can also check the standard parameters and testing parameters in the testing system. For Denso HP0 pump testing, we specially designed a connector for Denso 2 pins. For Denso HP0 pump have 2 pins and 3 pins. We all equipped all the cables for Denso HP0 pump 2 pins or 3 pins testing. The cable connection. The pump oil flow connection. The pump oil supply connection. High pressure oil pump for oil supply with the reel. The cam sensor. Connect with the test bench with the cam signal. Now our engineer will show you how to operate on our test bench testing the Denso HP0 pump. Choose the right pump number in the system. Then choose Start.说说这个 PCV。Pay attention to the cable connection PCV1 and PCV2. The Denso HP0 pump number. The pump number. The testing steps. The system situation. You can check the speed, DME current, pump pressure, real pressure adjustment, and flow detection in the system. The RPM, the pressure, the DRV current, temperature. You can check the clear up, warm up, start test, zero delivery, full test, and efficiency in your system. The standard parameters and the testing parameters. PCV1, PCV2 on. When the testing finished, you can check the testing results through our system. Our system will also form a testing report. You can check the testing results, or you can print it through our printer. The testing report for Denso HP0 pump. The pump number, the brand name, the testing results.